I want to talk about two trades that I took today, which allowed me to break even. I lost the first one and won the second trade. Um, and I also want to talk about a third trade that would have, um, had I only taken that trade, it would have allowed me to have a nice profitable day here. So let's just go over price action. Initially, when coming into the today, I was bearish. The reason being we were not inside of any like 4 hour fair value gap or 1 hour fair value gap where we could bounce from. And the next 4 hour fair value gap was here. So I wanted to target this 4 hour fair value gap. And what do you know? We hit it and then bounced. Um, right. If had there been like a 1 hour fair value gap, I could have, you know, targeted that as well, but there wasn't. This was literally the only uh, key price level nearby. So that's what we were targeting. Until that got hit, I was going to be bearish. And we ended up tapping into a 1 hour fair value gap. And let me just go over the trade that I wish I had taken in hindsight. So I trade two models, okay? One is just a 1 minute scalping model, and the other one is my normal, ICT um, 2022 model esque uh, setup where I use inversions, okay? Um, Now, where I wish I entered is right here. Okay, that was a sweep, or I'm sorry, a inversion of a 5 minute. We were inside a 1 hour and a 15 minute fair value gap. We still obviously had our target underneath of us. This was also a target, this 930 wick. The sweep was really, that was the only thing that was kind of about this setup. But I mean, we swept these highs, I guess, with this push up. You could argue, you can make the argument. Um, and so that would have been a nice trade. And obviously, had I really taken it all the way down here, it would have been a 1 to 2.5. Okay. Now, the trades I did end up taking. All right. The first one was a long, and the reason I longed was because um, the reason I longed was honestly just because it looked like we might. I don't know. I convinced myself that we were no longer short. I should have trusted my draw, which was the 4 hour unfilled for Valley Gap underneath. Um, I guess I just thought because I was scalping that this could be taken first. It wasn't the end of the world. We, did inverse this 5 minute, but at the end of the day, it wasn't the greatest inversion. And then we had this candle that formed right after. And the model here, the scalp model that I have, was in effect because we had traded well above the EMAs here, then came back down into the EMAs, and then took this two 1 minute fair value gaps, completely overtaken, inversed, showed a lot of strength, and so stop underneath the nearest low. 1 to 1 break even would have been the high, and yeah, just that was the loss we took. And the win we took was off of the same model, which was simply um, we tapped into here, inversed the 1 minute, and we did already take the 4 hour at this point. That was the only concern I had with this trade, is we already tapped into the 4 hour, so the draw was already hit. But with the reaction we had here and the fact that we were already like we were bullish, or I'm sorry, we were bearish, so I still didn't mind this short. And so once we got the inversion, you know, chopped around for a little bit, came back up to my entry, but then eventually we hit take profit. So that was the setup. And yeah, those are the two trades I took for a break even day.